I do support Honorable Waititu wholeheartedly with regards to this amendment.
Honorable Baya, yeah.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. I want to contribute and support this motion, this bill by Honorable Waititu, by saying that, one, to congratulate him for good thought, that he's able to think about his legislative role to want to protect the common person. Again, I want to say that this law is a good piece of legislation. Looking at it, it's going to safeguard our people. Mr. Speaker, people who guarantee loans to people have been left with sleepless nights. Why? Because at the time when the hammer falls and this guy has not made any payment, then they follow the guarantor, and therefore he loses money and assets. And like has been said before, families actually have been left suffering because one person took a loan, ran away, and they have to pay that loan. Now that we are changing the law, that the first call should be the person who took the money, the premium. The first person, the principal who took the money should be followed. Mr. Speaker, so this is going to help. One, a lot of young people today want to have businesses, startups. The only place they can go is to either a bank, a cooperative, or a financial institution so that they can get their money, go into business, and realize their dream. But when they're told they have to get guarantors for them to be able to get the money, what happens is every person they follow, they say, you know, you're not credit worth. I cannot guarantee you. I cannot guarantee you because you are not credit worth. So at the end of the day, this young person's dream to go into business flounders on the way. And therefore, he cannot go or she cannot go into a business. But if we make it easier, that if I guarantee a person, a young man who wants to start a business, I will not be followed to be said I must pay that loan. Therefore, I'll be more comfortable to say, yes, I'll guarantee you so that you follow. Secondly, what this law does, Mr. Speaker, is it gives confidence and responsibility to people who borrow so that they do not push the responsibility of the loan to the other person. Because if I have borrowed and I know I don't have any backup, then I'll work hard and use the money very well so that I can pay. But the moment I know if I default in payment, someone else will pay for me, then I will relax. I will take my time and not be able to work hard. I will squander the money and say, actually, I don't have anything to pay because actually I don't have any asset, and therefore the person who guaranteed must pay. Follow that person. And this has happened to many women who borrow. And like my friend Omboko Milemba singled out Kenya Women Finance Trust. Many women borrow at Kenya Women Finance Trust. And when they borrow, they are told, please give us your guarantor. So you give a list. And they go to the guarantors and check in their homes what they have. And they list down all the assets. And then this lady is given money. They go and misuse the money or use it not for business purposes. Sometimes they even use it to pay school fees and other things. But when they're confronted with paying, they say, but you know, I have guarantors whose assets you also listed, and therefore follow them, not me. Now, what happens, institutions like Kenya Women Finance Trust now are losing business. Why? Because people know every time I'm guaranteed a loan, the person who guaranteed me will have to pay. And therefore some of these people do not take a loan responsibility seriously because they know they have somebody backing them. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this law that is coming in, and thanks to my friend Waititu, is going to help and make people more responsible when they take credit facilities for business, and therefore would use them. Now, in the same way, the economy of this country will grow. The GDP of the small areas that people borrow from will grow because money will be put into good use. But if I know that I have somebody who will back me up and I will not put the money in good use. And when the money is not put in good use, the economy of the place does not grow. So if it is invested, if I take a loan and invest in agriculture, the productivity of that area will benefit from that loan, and therefore the economy of that place will grow. So, Mr. Speaker, as I continue to support what my brother Waititu has said, I would like to say this. There has been, in this country, families who have been very unhappy But a stroke of a pen, the decision of a father that he took to say, you know, this guy is my friend, I know him, and he guarantees him. And he is happy that he's helping a friend. But woe unto him, because this person will not take greater responsibility on the facility and squanders. And then the torch comes back to spotlight the family. And the spouses have even split. Children have blamed their father. Why? Because they guaranteed someone. I have a case in my constituency where a father gladly gives a title deed and says, you see, I'm guaranteeing my friend. He's my friend. He needs money, so I'm using my title deed to guarantee this person. This person takes the money, does whatever he does, he gets nothing out of it, and the bank comes calling. So what happens? This farm has to be sold. And they ran back to their member of parliament and say, you know, you need to help us on this. Why? This person knew that, you know, there's a title deed. My 14 million I've taken from the bank, I know it's guaranteed by so-and-so's title deed. So I can do whatever I want with the money. This will stop with this kind of law. That the first call for payment of a loan, whether default or not, is the assets of the person who borrowed and not the person who guaranteed. We are going to safeguard families, we are going to safeguard the economy, and we are going to see prosperity because people will have more responsibility when handling money that has been borrowed from financial institutions. Mr. Speaker, I support and I hope this this amendment bill goes through as fast as possible so that the President can assent to this and it becomes law. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Wanyonyi, member for Westland.